we want to write this that's in radical form. We want to write it as exponentials and apply the rules for rational exponents, give the answer in exponential form. First thing we want to do then is change these from the radical form into exponential form. Now, the way that we do this is we take the inside power divided by the index. So this first one's going to be written as y to the 7/12. We're multiplying this by y to the 5/3. So now we want to apply the rules for rational exponents. Now, the way this works here is if you're multiplying two things that have the same base, then you want to add the exponents. So that's what we're going to do here. We're going to add these together. So we're going to do 7/12, and we're going to add 5/3. Now, in order to add two fractions like this, we need to make sure they both have the same denominator. So we have to get common denominators for this one. So we have 12 and 3. We want to make both of these the same denominator. Now, we notice that 3 divides into 12, which means that 12 is going to be our common denominator. So the first fraction already has our common denominator. We'll leave that alone. But the second one, we're going to multiply this by 4/4. That will get you a 12 in the denominator down here. So now we're going to multiply this out. 7/12 plus 20/12. We now have common denominators, which means that we can add these together. So 20 plus 7 is 27, and that's going to be over common denominator of 12. But this fraction reduces, which means that we can divide top and bottom by 3, and that's going to give us y to the 9/4, and that would be our answer. We don't want to change this back into a radical form because it says to give the answer in exponential form. So that would be it. That would be the final answer for that one. Let's do another example here. Let's do one of these you try it problems. So this one here, we've got the same kind of thing. We need to first change these into exponentials. So we're going to do that by taking, we have x, we have the inside index, or the inside power divided by the index on the outside. Now, because we have a square root here, the index is going to be 2. We usually don't see that written there, but in this case, that's what it is. Any kind of square roots will have an index of 2. So you take the inside power divided by the index, so x to the 3/2. We're multiplying this by x to the, now this one, there's no power on the inside, so that would just be a 1. So it'd be a 1, the power divided by the index, 1/8 we would get here. We need, when we're multiplying, we're going to add the exponents together. That's the rule we want to use here. So it's going to become 3/2 plus 1/8. Again, we have something where we need to get common denominators. We see here that the 2 divides into the 8, which means that the 8 is going to be our common denominator this time. So we want to make both these denominators 8. This one has a 2 there, so we're going to multiply this by 4/4. That'll get us an 8 in the denominator here. This other one, we don't need to do anything with that one. And we end up getting 12/8, and we're adding 1/8 to it. So now we're adding fractions that have the same denominator. We multiply it across the top, across the bottom for this one. When we add that together, we're going to get x to the 13/8, and that doesn't reduce, so we'll leave our answer as that. And again, it says write in exponential form, so we'll leave it just like that.